Straight after Kent tonight is another episode of Kent Film Club, where guests reflect on the films that have meant the most to them over the years. As we approach the end of the month, more and more people will be turning to spooky and Halloween-themed films. Before I hand over to Chris Deacy, he joins me on the sofa now to tell us what's to come. But first, Chris, I wanted to ask you, what's your favourite Halloween spooky type film, would you say? I would say It from 2017, the Stephen King adaptation, because it goes really beneath the characters. Okay. So it's not just the external demon. Watching it, you're thinking, this is like my whole childhood being evoked. So it took me back to a very particular time and place. So you never know quite where it's going. So it didn't feel all that generic. So I would definitely put that one first. I'll be honest, I've not seen it. I'm not too big on horror myself, but we have been asking residents out in Canterbury what their favourite horror film is. So let's take a look. Nightmare Before Christmas, but I don't know if that's Halloween.
It's Friday the 13th because I find it really scary.
Got me Gremlins. Just watched it loads with my nan growing up. Always spent it around there, so it's always been that film.
Scream because of Courtney Cox. She's quite a good actor.
I am an It girl to my core, so I really love the newer versions. I love the OG as well, but the newer ones have a special place in my heart.
Good range of films there, including It, which you mentioned. Nightmare Before Christmas, though, I'm not sure. Would you say that's a Halloween film? It's a perfect film in a way because it bridges the gap between the seasons. Very
so it's
true.
This sort of Halloween, because the seasons all kind of commingle these days. So it's the perfect bridge.
So you can watch it Halloween, Christmas, bit of everything.
Bit of both.
Now, I wanted to ask you as well, what's your guilty pleasure film? A film perhaps you're a little bit ashamed to like or a little bit embarrassed to like? Well,
as you ask, it has to be Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. Because I do all this work on nostalgia, but it's a film that's all about people who, 10 years after they left school, it's all about how they project themselves to all the people they went to school with and then discover that all the dynamics in the playground, 10 years on, of course, people evolve in different ways. Well, so it's a wonderful, very sort of glamorous film. It's got two sort of big, Hollywood names from that era, Miro Sorvino. And wonderful in the way that it kind of gets to the heart of why we often look back on the past quite negatively. OK, we'll have to give that one a go. And what is a film you watched recently that pleasantly took you by surprise, perhaps you weren't expecting to enjoy and you came away quite liking it? Well, I saw the Exorcist film, the original, many years ago, but watching that again recently on the big screen made me realise, just what makes it work. So that would be another, example. I mentioned It earlier. But yeah, and, there's lots of Scorsese films sort of out at the moment with his new film, Killers of the Flower Moon, that's opening tonight, actually. So yeah, very exciting to sort of rewatch some of these films that you associate with a particular era from growing up. And very, very quickly, in a line, what's coming up tonight? So we have Alex Davis, who's a classicist, who's going to be choosing some films, including one of the Star Trek films, and also The Green Mile, which often appears on a lot of people's
that is, top favourite one. Thanks very much, Chris. I'm looking forward to seeing it tonight, and we'll see you at the same time next week. Thank you.